Hey you guys, I wanted to talk to you about the cemetery project. So this week is going to be kind of light as far as work because you have this project to do, and there's a reason why we're doing the cemetery project. Um, you guys are going to be starting essays after this week, and in those essays, it's not just a combination of all kinds of different people speaking in your paper. You will present information from other sources, and then you will be required or expected to come to conclusions based on the information that is incorporated into your essays. So an essay isn't just quoting person after person after person or paraphrases. It's presenting some facts from other people and coming to some conclusions. It's also stating your position on the situation, and then having other people support you or even dispute you, and then you would comment about why they are having a different opinion, more or less. So to prepare you for these inferences that you're going to be making, these conclusions, we're doing a cemetery project. And essentially, essentially you're taking facts from one source and you're taking facts from another source and you're coming to a conclusion. And that's the big picture. Facts from one source, facts from another, and coming to a conclusion. And how you're doing this is framed in the setting of a cemetery. And so there's three parts to doing this. One, you're going to decide on a cemetery to visit. Next, you're going to email a funeral home representative and ask them some questions. So the questions are down below, and they relate to how people were buried in the past or buried now, and or what are funeral practices back in the day and now. Don't ask them for more than three, because they're doing this free of charge and they have a business to run, so we don't want to take up too much of their time, but they have already graciously allowed us to contact them, and I already talked to all of them. We just need to email them whatever questions you want to do. And then here is a anatomy of a good email, so I just wanted to remind you of that. Here's the video to remind you of that good email. What else did I want to talk to you about? The other thing is you're going to make inferences, and then you're going to prepare those inferences on a multimodal format. And multimodal formats are here. There's a ton of examples that you can choose from. And I even have examples of each of these types of multimodal projects. So I don't know the other thing I need to mention is, so you're going to be getting information on your facts are going to be cultivated by going to a cemetery and observing what is at that cemetery. You can take a look at a headstone and look at the age of it, the type of rock they used, how much moss is on there, how visible the engraving is, how well kept or how unkempt the gravesite is. And then you will take what is being read, what symbols are on the headstones, what icons or tributes are next to the headstones. And then those are facts. You're making personal observations. And then you'll gain facts from the funeral home representative, because they will answer your questions. And then you're going to be going out on the internet and looking for information about these questions. And this is a video about how to determine whether a website is credible or not. So this is the website that shares with you how credible a website is. And then you'll answer these questions. Please don't make it a big deal, just 30 to 60 minutes. And the whole point is to find out when the greatest amount of death occurred in the United States and or the world. And that way, those facts can be combined with the birth date and death of the person whose headstone you're looking at. You can make inferences based on when a lot of death happened in our nation and world, and the date that that person may have passed away, along with other symbols that are around that headstone. Here's a video about the anatomy of a good email. And then here are some examples of inferences that I made. There's actually 5 examples that I've done. So here's the fact, here's a fact, and this is the inference. And then down here are some videos. If you do video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4, video 5, those are all examples, oh, I have 6, that I have done in my own local funeral or cemetery, I mean. And so this is what you guys are going to be doing. Again, it's a 3 steps mainly. Just email the person. Make sure you CC me, because you emailing a proper email to somebody is that's the assignment. Like, you're writing to a real person and with a real professional message. And then the other thing is, you're going to visit a cemetery. Make sure you take a selfie, please. And then you're going to create your inferences in the form of a multimodal project. And then in the meantime, you'll be looking online for answers to these questions. I hope this helps, and please reach out if you have any questions.